Hi everyone. Today I'm tackling one of the coolest prop challenges I've had in a while, creating a breakaway vase for a Mary Poppins stage production. And yes, I'm 3D printing it. So here's the brief from the director. I need a vase that looks like it breaks when dropped during the show, then can be easily put back together for the next performance. I started by finding some great examples online. Other prop makers have done this with plastic vases that they broke and then put tape back together. They've also done it with paper mache.
Papier-mâché? What is papier-mâché?
I found an amazing Baroque vase on MakerWorld and decided to scale it up. Not just for aesthetics, I needed the size so that the magnets would actually fit inside the walls of the vase. If I use too small a magnets, they won't hold. So if you know me, I went pretty big. Yeah, maybe a little too big, but we're committed now. I just got the H2S, and I'm still kind of figuring out what too big is in that machine, but I do like to print big things, so we'll go with that. Option 1 was simple in theory. Cut the vase in Bambu Studio, then manually mark where the magnet holes should go and drill them. The problem? Me. Human error. The holes might be close, but they won't align perfectly. I've tried this before. I'm definitely not the most accurate craftsman. And when you're relying on the magnets to hold precision cut pieces together, close isn't really good enough. So I thought I could do better. I recently got Mesh Mixer tool installed because I was working on some maps and thought maybe that would help me closing some edges, but it didn't really work. Now that I've got it installed, I thought maybe that's what people use it for. I wasn't entirely sure what it was for and really what its sweet spot is, but I thought, let's try this new tool, push myself into something new, try something, and I'll probably learn something. I was able to slice the vase into pieces using Mesh Mixer, and using the cut on plane feature was really easy. But then came the real challenge, placing the magnet holes that would line up perfectly on each side of the cut. My magnets had a specific width, obviously, and height. The cylinder tool in Mesh Maker only gave me control of one dimension, so I'd get the width right, but the height would be off, or vice versa. I tried different configurations, but it just wasn't working well, so I scrapped it. Back to the drawing board. Then I had an idea. What if I cut it in Bambu Studio and used dowels? Hold on a sec. Let me explain. Dowels are incredible for joining parts because they create perfectly aligned holes on opposite sides of a cut. You specify the width and depth of the dowel, and Bambu Studio does all the hard work for you. Here's how the magic is done. I created dowel holes the exact size of my magnets. Bambu Studio automatically generates matching holes of each half of the vase, perfectly aligned and the exact right dimension. Problem solved. I'm printing it right now, and I will say I might have got a little ambitious with the scale here. And here we go. This beauty is going to take a while to print given the size, so let me speed this up for you. Look at those layers building up. This is going to be spectacular. And we're done.
Oh, damn, look at the size of this thing.
Before I start gluing magnets in, I decided to actually mark all the north side of the magnets with a black marker. That way I don't have any magnet mismatches when I'm gluing them in. So the magnet fit was a little bit tight, so I used this mallet just to hammer a few of the magnets in, or I actually used the bottom of the mallet a little bit more to just gently push the magnets in. Before I put each magnet in, I put a drop or two of super glue to hold them in place as well, because this thing is going to be falling and knocking around, and the last thing I want is a magnet coming out. And then as I went along, I just made sure that I matched the magnets with the black dots to the ones to the part on the other side to have the magnets without black dots. And it was super simple, one of the quickest magnet projects I've ever done. As you can see, I did make the magnets holes go a little deep. I should have looked at the back when I made the holes. If I have to do it again, I'll obviously get that right in the next version. But I definitely will paint white over the magnets. Now, let's see these satisfying magnets in action. I'm bringing these halves together. Oh, that's nice. That snap is exactly what we want. And look how well it aligns. The halves have come together seamlessly. I'm still not sure if I'm going to paint it.
So, this is how you build a vase.
This looks fantastic. And now for the moment of truth, the drop test. I printed it in PETG, so I'm hoping that extra strength will pay off, but I am worried that it will crack at some point. And watch what happens. Yes! Look at that separation. The magnets held it together during the normal handling, but the impact was enough to break it apart dramatically. This is exactly what we need for the show. Also, I think the scale works really well. The show is going to take place in quite a large auditorium, and I always like to oversize props so that they're visible to everyone in the audience. Now, here's the best part. And we're back in business. Ready for the next show. Ready for the next drop. This is going to work perfectly. So there you have it. A 3D printed magnetic breakaway vase that's going to make the Mary Poppins production look absolutely brilliant. But I think the biggest value that this video adds is showing how to put magnets in opposing parts. Create magnets that were exactly opposite each other in two different cut parts. The dowel method was definitely the way to go, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Thanks so much for watching. If you build props like this or have other creative solutions, drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this project, please like and subscribe. See you in the next one.
Hey, does it look nice in there?